Welcome back. Now, we will talk about the inner workings of our minds to understand the science of creativity. Have you ever wondered what happens in your brain when you develop a new idea? Or why some people seem to be more creative than others? At the end of this lecture, you'll have answers to those questions and more. After today's lecture, you will understand how the brain generates creative ideas, learn the differences between divergent and convergent thinking, gain practical insights into how to foster creativity individually and in teams. What happens in the brain during creativity? Creativity doesn't come from a single part of the brain but multiple regions working together. When you engage in creative thinking, your brain enters a complex process that involves both the left and right hemispheres. Contrary to the myth that creativity is only a right brain function, creativity requires the logical, analytical left side as much as the imaginative right. This interaction between the two hemispheres allows us to turn abstract ideas into something tangible. Neuroscientists have discovered that the prefrontal cortex plays a key role when we generate new ideas. This area of the brain helps us filter out distractions, stay focused, and explore new possibilities. In addition, the default mode network, a system of brain regions activated during rest, comes to life when we daydream or let our minds wander, often sparking creative insights. Divergent versus convergent thinking. To understand how creativity works, we must explore two main types of thinking: divergent and convergent. Divergent thinking generates a wide range of possible solutions to a given problem. Divergent thinking allows us to brainstorm freely, with as many ideas as possible, without judging them. This is where creativity truly flourishes. Imagine you are asked to think of as many uses as possible for a paperclip, an example of divergent thinking. Conversely, convergent thinking is the process of narrowing down those ideas to find the best solution. It involves applying logic, critical thinking, and evaluation. After brainstorming a list of ideas for that paperclip, convergent thinking helps you decide which ideas are most practical or useful. Both types of thinking are crucial for creativity. Divergent thinking helps you explore new possibilities, while convergent thinking helps you focus on the best ideas. Creative breakthroughs often happen when you can move fluidly between these two modes of thinking. How to foster creativity in individuals and teams. We must recognize that creativity can be nurtured in ourselves and teams. Here's how. Create a safe environment. One of the biggest obstacles to creativity is the fear of judgment. People need to feel comfortable sharing their ideas, no matter how crazy they seem. If you lead a team, establish a culture where every idea is valued and criticism is held back until the brainstorming phase is complete. Encourage divergent thinking. Whether working alone or with others, push past the obvious ideas. The first few ideas that come to mind are often those everyone else will think of. Encourage yourself or your team to go deeper and even throw in some unconventional thoughts. Balance freedom and structure. Creativity needs both openness and some boundaries. Too much freedom can lead to chaos, while too much structure can stifle innovation. The best results come when there's a balance. People feel free to explore and have a clear goal or problem to solve. Story. The post-it note. Let me share a quick story illustrating how divergent and convergent thinking can lead to breakthrough innovations. In the 1970s, a scientist at 3M, Spencer Silver, tried to develop a super strong adhesive. However, he created the opposite, a weak adhesive that could be easily removed. It seemed like a failure, but a colleague, Art Fry, saw potential. He used the weak adhesive to create sticky bookmarks for his hymnal book. The idea evolved into Post-it Note, one of the most successful office products ever. The moral of this story is that creativity often involves seeing value in something others might overlook, and the failed adhesive led to an indispensable product in offices worldwide. Analogy. Creativity is like a river. Think of creativity as a river. In its natural state, a river flows freely in many directions, sometimes discovering new paths and expanding into unexpected places. That's divergent thinking. However, we need to channel it in a specific direction to make a helpful river, perhaps for generating electricity or providing water for crops. That's where convergent thinking comes in, giving focus and purpose without stopping the creative flow. Follow-up. Now that we have explored the science behind creativity, let's explore this knowledge further through some activities. Assignment. Practice divergent and convergent thinking by taking an everyday object, such as a pencil, and brainstorming as many uses for it as possible, divergent thinking. Then, narrow your ideas to the most practical or innovative, convergent thinking. You can work on this individually or in pairs. Encourage feedback. As we wrap up today's lecture, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you find divergent thinking easy or challenging? Have you experienced creative moments when letting your mind wander? Share your experiences in our subsequent discussion or online forum.